welcome to the new year 2023. Here is my January bullet journal video, and the theme for January is Art Deco Steampunk. So how I got to this, I wanted to revisit my Art Deco Gatsby theme that I did about 2 years ago for January, because I really liked it and I wanted to do it again but on a larger scale. And I also wanted to see like what I would change, because my journal and what I track and document is very different than what I document then to now. So I was like, I want to do that, but I didn't want to do like the exact same theme. I wanted to switch it up a bit. And so then I was like, oh, but steampunk could be really cool. And then I was like, why not just merge the two themes together? And that's how I got Art Deco Steampunk. So there's like patterns and gears, and I think it's fun. So the layout for this year is a little bit different. I counted out the number of pages that I had left in my journal, and I had to finesse it so that there's one page less in each month so that I can fit the entire 2023 year into this journal, because I don't want to have like 1 month or in like another random journal. I don't want to do that. So I've got my 2023 title page, very simple. All the other stuff that I did as my front year matter is still in the front. I can still refer to it. There's some pages where I have like, I didn't use these, so I'm not going to do these in a new journal when I finish this one. And I'll go over that in another video, like a recap journal video. But I just really wanted to get this one out to you. So here's the cover, and I was just like, I would just want to play with like using up space, because I had all this space, and I usually like to make all the space functional, and so I tried to play with having space and like things that weren't functional. So on my title page, I just left it the title page. It's just 2023, which is very simple, but then I had all this space, so I was like, what am I gonna do with it? So I made some designs. I found this really cute cover that someone did, and it had like a peacock, and it was kind of Art Deco, and it's super cute, and I took inspiration from that. Again, all my inspo pages are linked in the description below, so you can check those out. They're really fun, and I'm working on updating my Pinterest page so that all my photos of my journal are organized and in there correct. But it's a lot. Pinterest needs to make that a bit more user-friendly to do mass edits at once instead of individually doing each thing. But that's just my little mini rant for today. But so Art Deco Steampunk. The color schemes, I knew with the Art Deco it was going to be a lot of black and gold, and when I incorporated the steampunk element, I was like, okay, so yeah, gold works. And I also wanted to incorporate bronze. I didn't really want to do silver. That's just because I didn't really want to do it. I didn't think it matched with the other metallics. As you can see with my title page, I incorporated my metallic markers and the J that I'm doing right there. So I've got a lot of gold and bronze metallic marker accents throughout this whole month. So on my title page, look at that J, isn't it so cute? So I had to figure out how to squeeze my title, like the cover of the month. So there's not going to be any full page covers for this year, because I got to squeeze a cover, the calendar, my notes, and my weekly checklist all into one page. So the layouts for this year are different because of just that one, having one last page shifted the whole thing. So all my covers, calendars, it's going to be one page like this, just different configurations depending on my theme. So I think I'm gonna keep the big journal. I love the big journal. That's a thing that's staying. I love it. I love having all that space to play around. And when I do my 2024 journal, I'm gonna count out the pages beforehand so I can have 2 years in the journal and have space for a full cover page, because I really like having a full cover page I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like my accent is very southern today. It might be the television that I'm watching. I know I live in Georgia, but I'm not from here. I'm from the South, but I've never had an accent I'm hearing it in my head, and I was just wondering if y'all were hearing it too. The y'all doesn't count because you know what? I'm getting very off tangent and off topic, but so here I've got the little Art Deco pops on my notes thing. I thought that was cute. Those pop up throughout this month, and I've got some gears. All right, now here's where a lot of changes happened because I had to condense the pages. So on this page, the blanket, I'm coloring on my blanket so that the lamp, my ring light, doesn't reflect on the table because I was not really liking the way that looked. So I decided to switch that up and I put a blanket down. But my cats, when I was recording this, were running all over the place. I've got 3 kittens that we rescued. They were like in our backyard and stuff, and we took them in. They were little, and now they're just happy running around in the house, and they live in the basement for the most part with me. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm just giving you an update in case you see any blankets pop up on the screen again. They were running around under the blanket and bumping the table. So if you see the camera shift or anything, all of a sudden, that's why, because there's 3 kittens that are like 4 months old, and they had the crazies when I was recording this, and they were just sprinting all over the place. So there's your disclaimer. But as I was saying, I have to condense a lot of stuff for these pages. Do you hear the southern accent popping out of me? Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna be a little bit all over the place in terms of thoughts and tracks of thought. Line of what? You know what? Forget it. Anyways, on this page, I've got my task tracker. I have my project tracker. And I have my project manager, because I don't really have to do a tracker the way I was before. So I've got the task tracker, the project tracker, my notes sections for my project trackers, and then I had this little space in the middle. And so I was like, I'm gonna keep on with the accents of the things, because even in my other journals, when I had space, I would put pictures and stuff in it. So like this layout for this page is pretty much what it's gonna be almost every month. And there's Franklin. He's about to knock the camera over. So do you hear the accent? Maybe I'm just losing it. Okay, but anyways, this layout for my task and project manager page, I wanted to put them on the same page because I felt those topics were kind of related. They're cousins. And this will be the layout. It'll just be like slightly different themes, but it's pretty much gonna look like this, just different colors, different fonts, different the task tracker pictures that I color in. But yeah, so I hope you guys like this. And so for my task tracker, I'm doing gears, that's because the steampunk. I gotta keep bringing in the steampunk. But I'm keeping with the Art Deco color palette. And now Franklin is here while I'm recording, and he's trying to play with my mic cord. So if you hear me yelling at him, that's what's happening. But yes, and then I found this really cute pattern, and it's linked in the description on one of my inspo pages, and I was like, that looks so nice. I wanted to find somewhere to put that in. This pattern was almost the pattern that I used on the cover page in that big circle, but I went with the other one because I really like that one too, but I wanted to use this one. And then when I was setting up this page and planning it and figuring it out, and I was like, this is perfect because I can fill up the space, but it still goes with it, because I didn't want to leave just like a giant hole or reconfigure anything, because this is good enough space for all the stuff that I need. And as things change, I can add space to sections or take it away, but this is what it was working out to look like. And so then all these are their gears. I measured out the circles. I hope you like my ruler. I've had this ruler for years. and it's clear and it's easier to see through when I'm trying to measure things, but I was always using that purple one. But then I was like, why don't I just use this one? It's longer, I can fit it across the entire page, where the purple one is just a little bit shorter, so I couldn't do things like that. But I'm gonna keep using that one, and then you can also see through it, so you can still see what I'm doing when I'm doing those things on the page. But yeah, so the gears, I just have this little doodle page that I found, and I was like, cool, and I popped those out. I think I really liked a steampunk theme, like just steampunk, not steampunk art deco, but like steampunk by itself. When I was looking up inspo for that, there were some really cool things. And so later down the line, I might do something that's solely steampunk, and it'll be different from this one because it's not going to be the art deco mixed in with it. It'll be just steampunk. Think like, I don't know what kind of twist I want to do yet to make it different from this, because I don't like repeating myself in the same year, or pretty much ever. I don't like repeating myself ever. Like, if I've already done it, I don't want to do it again. The only thing that I might change is that some of the themes that I did when I had my smaller notebook, I might do in my larger notebook. So 1 month I did last March, or a few Marches ago, I did like an arcade theme journal, and I thought that was a really cute one. So I might redo that, but on this larger scale, because then it will be different. And I know this has nothing to do with what's happening on the screen, but I'm just letting you know what might be happening this year, because in addition to this being the January video, it's the 2023 video. I hope you like this font. I thought this font was so cute. It was so cool, and I thought it was it fit this theme of like steampunk art deco, but more steampunky side, like leaning, and I thought it was really cool. Again, linked in the description below. Everything is linked in the description below. And now, if you look over to the mood, I don't know what to title this page, so I just have all of them at the top. So I've got my mood tracker, my energy tracker, my self-care and habit tracker. So you can look and see that I've condensed my chart a little bit to make it smaller, and I have this like stopwatch, or like it's a pocket watch as my mood tracker, and I've got the title is this like steampunky whatever, clock gear situation going on, and I thought that it looks cool. And I'm still figuring out how I want to do the layout for this, but I think this turned out cute for this month, and I think this is the page where I'll be able to change things up the most and play with it a lot, because that's the size of the chart, that's what it is, and then I still have all this space on the sides and around it to play with and do with whatever I want. And the chart, I can move it around, I can do whatever. The title, I can move it around, so like this is the page where I think I can have a lot of fun with. Yeah, and so here I carried over that pattern from the cover page for my mood tracker key, and then at the bottom here I have my energy tracker key. If you remember, I said that in December I started doing an energy tracker, which is slightly different from the mood tracker. My mood is like how I'm feeling, and the energy tracker is the energy that I have. And I wanted to, that was like not a great description. I described it better in the December video, so go check that out if you want a more thought out and like better description of that. But basically my mood and my energy are different. So my mood might be really high or low or whatever, but my energy could be the complete opposite, or it might be around the same, and I just wanted to be able to differentiate that better in my tracking. And here we've got the good old gratitude and reflections log, and these are just background all the way. These two pages are pretty much art deco all the way. I didn't really play with backgrounds in my other journal because it was kind of too small to do that type of stuff. But this one, I was like, these are some patterns that are super cute and I want to do that. So I lined everything up, I traced it out, and I think it turns out super cute. This part, there's really not much to describe other than just for you to watch and see the magic happen. Okay, I don't know where that line came from. I don't know what's going on with me today. See, now the accent is gone. The accent just went away. I don't know. But you know what? It is what it is. I've been having a good day today. I think my mood, it'll be that like goldish color or maybe the red color. I've been feeling my whole head, which is in the shot. Oh my goodness. I try not to have my head in the shot. I don't like it. Cause sometimes I don't care if you see my bonnet. I don't care about that. I just don't like it in the shot because it's covering up what I'm doing on the screen, and I want you to be able to see as much as you can what I'm doing. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, so this one, bronze. This is my bronze metallic marker here. And this one, I remember I was doing these 2 pages. And well, pretty much while I was doing this whole thing, I have been rewatching Psych on Amazon Prime. And so that's been fun. I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows. I started watching CSI, like the original CSI Crime Scene Investigator, the OG one. And that's been interesting. I've been liking watching that because I really liked watching CSI Miami. That's the first CSI show I ever watched, and I really liked it. I can't remember those characters' names, but there's the redhead guy, the blonde woman, the Latino guy who's on Criminal Minds now. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just went off on a whole tangent, but that's just what happens sometimes. Because when I'm recording these, I have like a checklist of what I want to tell you, and sometimes I get through the checklist really quickly, and I am conflicted about if I should just like speak and then be silent and let the music play and let you watch. And then other times I'm like, maybe I just want to talk the whole time, but I don't have anything related to what you're seeing on the screen to say anymore. So, but well, things happen. So if you don't mind me just blabbering and going on my tangents, let me know, because there's been so many times where I've been thinking about random stuff and I want to talk about it, or when I'm watching over these videos while I'm recording and editing, I'm usually watching television and movies while I record the videos when I'm doing my bullet journal. Like, I watched this movie about the first female spies in Britain during World War II, and it starred Stana Katic, and that's why I watched it, because I really like Castle. And I saw her and I was like, Stana, I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I don't know if I am. And I watched it, and it was a really good movie, and it was about them starting the first female secret undercover agents in Britain during World War II, and Stana Katic plays a Romanian Jewish woman who works for the government, and she's helping set up this spy ring. And it's also about one of the spies. She's considered like Britain's first Muslim national hero, and I can't remember any of the people's names, but the movie's on Netflix, and if you look in the section that's like, oh, this is about real life, that's the section I found the movie in. I'll put the name of the movie in the description, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. And then this is my goals and reviews page. It's pretty simple. It's pretty much exactly the same every single month, just the border of how I do it differs. And it's kind of been boring. There's all the cats. There's Franklin, and that was Houdini, who was the first one you saw. They're super cute. I'll put a picture at the end of this video. But here are the finished pictures. I think they turned out super cute. I was kind of nervous about how I was going to do the layout for this, but I think it turned out great. I know I forgot to color in the gears for the task tracker, but I color them in, and there's gonna be a picture of what it looks like. My color code, it's the same colors as the mood tracker. It's the same colors on this page here. Those are like the dark Art Deco-y type color scheme, steampunk it was going for. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit all over the place. Yeah, that's how I am. I try to be more concise and on it when I'm recording these, but that was just not what's happening with me today. But I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice rest of your day, night, morning, whenever it is you're watching this. Bye.